That will be in effect till 1:30 this afternoon, bringing the potential for some damaging winds with some of these storm wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Sunny skies have been dominant all day across central Pennsylvania today. Right behind us here, Beaver Stadium, we're not talking about a lot of cloud cover. We also got to stock some boxes today, and we're also stocking these shelves right here. I've been having a great time, and we're helping out for a great cause today. It's going to be a very nice day for anyone who's going to the Movin' On concert. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Whether or Not. I'm your host, Matthew Howard. This model is a little bit optimistic on the sunshine. I think we're going to see a little bit more cloud cover. Ever sit down and feel the case of the miseries on a cloudy day? A low pressure system approaching from the west, reminding me more of a transition day. We'll see an increase in clouds. Temperatures starting off quite a bit cooler this morning than we've been. Temperatures in the 40s, 46 in Williamsport, 48 State College, even somewhere mountains near 45 degrees. And that's going to be quite the story as we go throughout the next couple of days. Some cooler nights across the region as we see some clearer skies. But taking it to the tropics, our main weather story, Hurricane Milton, Category 4. This is a Category 5 yesterday evening, bringing sustained winds of up to 180 miles per hour. This will continue to move north and east, possibly bringing in some catastrophic effects to some areas in Florida. So especially on the Gulf Coast, there's going to be some high storm surge, some high winds, and even some heavy rain. But it's not going to impact us in our neck of the woods. We are actually going to be partly sunny today. Temperatures in the low 60s, a little bit below average for this time of year. But we're going to see much of the same story. Cooler temperatures, maybe even our first frost. I'm going to get to that all to you in your full forecast in a few minutes. Quite cold as you step outside the doors this afternoon. We're starting to see some sunshine here above me. Temperatures right now are in the low 30s, but we're feeling that wind chill with those winds at 12 miles per hour, making it feel more like 23 degrees. And let's take it to your weather headlines. We have cold temperatures as we go throughout the rest of the week. Some possibility as we get towards tomorrow night and Thursday for some accumulating snow, but those temperatures will rebound getting into next week, denoting a possible pattern change. So let's get right to your temperatures right now, mainly below freezing, especially west of the ridges. 32 in the Steel City, and even in the Electric City right now, near 30 degrees. So we have some snow shower activity, especially more north. Those showers continuing to move more south and east, possibly creating some slick travel in some areas that are experiencing the more heavier bands. And as we go a little bit more west, a little bit more quieter. That will be quite the story as we go tomorrow throughout the day. And we have a winter storm watch in effect for a lot of areas in the mountains, west of the ridges, and even near the lakes. This will actually be in effect from tomorrow afternoon through Thursday night. So possibility of a few, so even several inches of snow in some of these areas. So let's time that all out for you. Those showers will diminish more tonight, bringing just some mostly cloudy conditions. It will change a little bit as we go throughout the future. For tomorrow, we'll hang on to those overcast skies, really not seeing a whole lot of any precipitation. But tomorrow night, that cold front starts to move through, and we start seeing a change in our pattern. Those winds coming out of the southwest will shift to the northwest as we go through on Thursday, bringing in some colder air from the north. Going to be a cold, blustery, and windy day on Thursday. In fact, we actually just had a wind advisory issued for the State College area. It will make it feel more like the single digits with this wind and some possibility of some accumulating snow. So let's see. We have some accumulating snow, especially a little bit more to the north and west, a couple inches through Thursday morning, but it really starts to add up as we go throughout the day. Thursday, even some possible squalls cannot be ruled out as we get throughout later Wednesday night and throughout Thursday. So that can be a possibility. Lake effect diminishes a little bit more on Friday. Still hanging on to some snow showers, but overall not going to be a widespread situation. And hanging on to some showers up north on Saturday with that Clipper system. Otherwise, mainly cloudy skies. And for your 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, we're seeing a lot more near average instead of those below average conditions we have been seeing. So for tonight's forecast, lows in the low to mid 20s. They will be cold, it will be brisk, and you'll still be hanging on to some of those clouds. And for tomorrow, those highs will be quite similar to today, but we'll still be seeing that wind. Not a whole lot of snow shower activity till tomorrow night. And here's your 7-day forecast. We'll see below average temperatures going into the rest of the week, but as we get towards the weekend, we'll start seeing a change in the pattern, with our next chance of rain getting towards the beginning of next week, and highs will be in the 40s and even nearing 50. From Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm Matthew Howard, and I hope you enjoy your Tuesday. Imagine a night where the sky gleams so beautifully in the dark, casting an enchanting glow. If you looked at the sky close enough earlier this year, you may have actually seen this spectacular phenomena, which is known as the aurora borealis. This occurred as a result of strong geomagnetic storms. These storms aren't the type you typically expect here on Earth's surface that bring extreme weather. Instead, these storms that come from the sun help bring an extraordinary light show to our planet.
So what you see in the aurora is just the atmosphere glowing, kind of like what happens in a neon light. The electrons going through the tube of the neon light collide with the neon and it glows.
Even though these electrons and protons may create some stunning light shows, not every solar storm will cause an aurora. This is because the sun's activity is challenging to pinpoint. Coronal mass ejections, known as CMEs, are the main cause of solar activity that lead to auroras in Earth's sky. They are large explosions of plasma on the outer layer of the sun. These can travel to Earth anywhere within 15 hours to even several days. Once these CMEs arrive, geomagnetic storms occur, sometimes causing auroras. To get the most of your viewing experience, find an area away from enhanced light pollution and look to the north and near the horizon. The closer to the North Pole you are, the better the chances of seeing these dancing lights. During these spectacular shows, the human eye can see the scattering of many different colors, including pink, green, and blue throughout the sky. We see these colors from the human eye because of interactions between excited atomic particles of oxygen and nitrogen. If you're having trouble seeing the color during an aurora, it can be seen through an exposure camera, as it adjusts better to the natural night light than an ordinary camera. And even if you don't have a professional camera, most of today's smartphones have an exposure camera and will do just the trick. You can refer to the Space Weather Prediction Center for the latest details on space weather. If the forecast looks good for auroras, grab your cameras, find a dark spot, and take in that magical display. For Weather World, I am student meteorologist Matthew Howard.